What's the song called again? Buddha from...
Buddha for Mary.
For Mary.
It's 30 Seconds to Mars song on their first album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one was their first album?
I don't know. I think it's just called 30 Seconds to Mars.
Oh, like
It's the one with the kid on the front of it.
Yeah.
They want to be U2, you know?
Yeah.
But like Space U2.
Spew 2.
Oh, man. Like, that's what Tom DeLonge wanted to do.
Uh-huh.
Never, sorry.
Oh, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
He's clapping, everybody.
It's okay, girl.
Wildly Uninteresting Podcast, episode 158 with Adam, Ian, and Sarah.
Hi.
We would like to welcome us back because it's been a little while. We took a break.
Welcome back.
Unfortunately, this is going to be the second video on our break. So, you know, whatever it takes. So check this out. Welcome back to the show. This is Wildly Uninteresting. We don't talk about the things that you want to talk about. We talk about...
We definitely don't address college.
Nope. We don't address your feelings.
Nope.
We don't address
Unless it's negatively.
topics that are worthy of speaking of.
No.
We talk about absolute garbage. all the
Taco
time.
Bell forgot my Crunch Wrap the other day.
Oh, that's a big item to forgot.
I know.
Forgot.
I can't believe you
All right, let's call it.
The only other thing I had
Podcast
was a
over.
chalupa.
Oh, and they got that wrong.
How
You know,
do they-
So check
They were
this out.
high.
From the time
For
COVID
sure.
started, right, till now, and it's progressively still like it's still going apparently.
You
but
already got us demonetized, guy.
the quality of materials that we get for work and the quality of like food you get from fast food places like that, serving places, it's insane how much it has dropped in like quality. And like we have material that would usually last 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. It's lasting like 3 months,
What the
6 months.
fuck?
Oh, it's insanity.
Yeah.
God.
We've gotten calls back on 2 receptacles installed in the same place.
Yeah.
Both have to be replaced.
Can you get new suppliers?
No. Well, yes and no. I mean, you can find some, but
Yeah. I mean,
A lot
within
of
reason, can you?
Yeah.
yeah.
And say a lot of times, he has to go to multiple places to find stuff anyway. So you kind of just take what you can get.
Yeah. Do they not have like an Amazon for electricians?
They sell actually a lot of electrical stuff on Amazon.
We should call it shock and awe.
They should call it that. That's good.
But they, unfortunately, you get that shit and they know you're not going to keep buying. Because if I kept the boxes and everything, receipts from every single thing, I mean, we would just be overloaded with boxes
Yeah.
and things. And,
amount
we
of-
couldn't keep it together.
The
There's no
amount
way.
of boxes
Box shed.
that we have just for our personal stuff is absurd. We're running out of
Yeah.
room.
Yeah.
I can't imagine for all the jobs.
But-
There's no way.
I don't know. I don't understand this, but that that leaves the reason why they can fuck up a chalupa, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that because
The world's gone to shit.
yeah, absolutely.
Chalupas and supplies.
Absolutely. And I know we've talked about that before, but I just think the generation stuff, they lack the want to build or do quality work. So if they're not going to, care about their shit, why would they care about your shit?
His old man Adam.
Yeah,
What
man.
would you rather? They forget your crunch wrap altogether, or they make your crunch wrap, give it to you, but there's no beef on it. Not a single piece of
Ease.
beef.
Forget it.
Yeah. They should go ahead
Not
and kill
even
themselves.
one.
Not one.
Now Casper had gotten some like the potato taco or whatever the fuck that is. It was good. I had never had one.
Oh, I love
didn't
it.
expect the potatoes to be crunchy.
Yeah, they're delicious.
I liked
Sometimes they're soggy as shit. You ever had a soggy potato from
I
there?
haven't,
Oh my
no.
gosh.
it. Fuck that.
Yeah.
I like
wanna
all
build
their-
Oh,
I was gonna say I like all their potato items. That's it.
that was the first one I had.
Yeah.
It's delicious, but I want to incorporate that into my Taco Bell future. But I
Yeah.
want to get it like with steak on it,
Yeah,
like
man.
a steak and
Ooh.
potato burrito.
The American dream right
The
there.
American dream.
That's what they should call it.
No, that's yeah, maybe.
And they
I don't know
probably
if that'd
said
be
put
too
pork
good.
and beans
No?
on it, and that would be gross.
You just get all the
Here's your
the
gross
meats.
burrito, daddy.
All the meats. Tell me, okay, you got to explain this to me, okay? The majority of what I watch are these like emotional songs on YouTube, and
I can explain it. You're a pussy.
yeah,
Oh, wait.
correct. So that and then like Blender stuff, 3D modeling and video, like VFX, right? Why on this planet do I keep running across Andrew Tate things in my feed? Why does Andrew Tate keep popping up?
Who the fuck is that?
It's a horrible guy, right? Okay, I won't say horrible, but it wouldn't the world wouldn't be lost without him. Let's just
Horrible.
say that.
I mean, John Lennon died and we went on.
Yeah,
So
I think
We
he's like
shouldn't have.
he's a UFC fighter that says a lot of stuff about like he has a lot of stances on women and women's rights and how you should treat women and
He
be a man.
thinks we shouldn't
and-
have rights, basically.
oh,
We should be nothing,
Okay.
essentially.
well,
But he
okay,
pops
there you
up all
go.
the time.
Sad music and manipulation of 3D images.
Yeah.
Sad and manipulative.
Sad manipulative.
Oh.
You're an
Boom.
incel based
Yeah.
on the algorithm.
Look at him.
I think it's it brings to light how much of a narrative like YouTube and Instagram and all the like they push towards people because like the things that pop up, I'm just like, why on God's earth is this what's coming in my feed? Like this is so crazy. And then I'll get a bunch of political things that I could give a shit less about, but
I feel like you just watch all kinds of random shit. A video will pop up and you'll be like, oh, okay, what's this? And watch it.
no, and then
Because
I'm
mine's
fucked.
very specific.
Yeah,
And
it's rough.
I only watch like 2 things. And that's all that pops up.
Mine recommended a video of talking about like people destroying artifacts and stuff, you know, and how
Oh, yeah.
this chick was talking about it. She's like, oh, yeah, it's been done for a while. And then she
Yeah.
started talking about the Victorian people eating mummies. And I was like, okay, well, this is a
The
good...
fuck?
yeah.
I'd love
That's
to
why,
watch that.
yeah, that's why the mummies are gone.
Yeah.
You got to
ate
watch
'em.
yourself though, man. I watch every now and then I'll come across like an hour-long video explaining something that normally I wouldn't watch, but I'm like, yeah, well, I'm driving around, why not? And then the like I guess the algorithm, whatever you want to call it, always offers me like an hour-long videos or hour and a half, and I'm like, I don't want to watch that all the time. Like, get off. But that's all it gives me. And then because when I'm driving, I don't really look. I just let it do its thing.
That's probably a part of it.
Yeah, that's probably bad.
How
man.
many channels do you subscribe to approximately?
I'm around like 30 to 50, probably.
Oh, those are rookie numbers. You got to get those up.
Really?
Yeah.
See that, but it takes a lot for me to actually hit that subscribe button. I mean, I'm like one of those people that those people hate because I'm like, I've watched 1 million of your videos, but I'm not quite sure yet. You know?
Yeah, but I mean, if you don't subscribe to people, then it doesn't have as good of an idea of what you want.
Yeah.
So you're just like some jackass that listens to the radio. Like here's
yeah.
the same songs over and over. Here's your long ass shit.
Yeah.
That's gonna make you seem like a misogynist or an incel or whatever.
It does, man. I think it thinks that I'm a Trump-loving incel, or at least a Republican. It definitely thinks I'm a Republican.
Yeah.
Incel. Definitely thinks I'm an incel because Andrew Tate's not the only thing that pops up. There's other things that I'm just like, what? Like, I'm married, motherfucker. Like, you don't know that at least? Like,
Voluntarily
made it.
celibate. Bitch.
Right. Yeah.
no, man. It's so weird to me. It's such a strange world.
It is.
Strange, man.
Did you see that Elon Musk posed the question on Twitter of whether or not Donald Trump's account should be reinstated?
Yeah.
I voted yes. At that point, it was 52% yes, 48% no.
Oh.
And Trump is back.
Yeah.
So,
I heard that he was reinstated, but that Trump didn't want anything to do with it.
yeah, he's out. He just
Yeah.
Dude, that's like exactly what happened to me.
Yeah.
My account got reactivated. I'm out. I don't care.
Fuck yes.
And then I started a different one.
Yeah.
But that one is that one's just for me.
Yeah. That's right.
And it's not even me. So it's cool. And I'm not out trolling. So don't get that idea, people.
That's right. Not trolling.
I just look at like historical shit and like aliens and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It makes me happy.
I looked at my subscriptions to see how many I have. I have like 100.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
See, you get good shit.
But I only watch like 2 things.
Yeah, cats. Is one of those.
Drag queens.
Cats and
Drag
cats.
Yeah.
And drag
then
queens.
John Oliver.
Yo,
That's
we
literally all that pops
we
up.
started watching that Nope, the thing. Did you see that? It came out. Nope.
You mean the movie?
Yeah.
No, I want to though. It looks sweet.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
We went like halfway through it last night. I was like, I will save some for it because you try to like hang on to things
It's
that
a
are
movie.
decent.
Watch the whole goddamn thing.
I
You know
know,
how
man.
I am.
I know
Come
how
on.
You are.
No, it's we just want to like
Sickens
savor
me,
the
but I know.
flavor. So far they've done it really, really well. Good job. And the behind the scenes stuff I've seen with like their lighting and how they shot everything,
Yeah.
I'm interested to see how the rest of it goes. So that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, I like how they shot it. If you get a chance, look at the behind the scenes,
Yeah.
how they lit it and shit. It's pretty fucking sweet. Sweet.
I watched a video the other day. He was talking about like gear and stuff, and everybody's like, "Oh, you need this camera," and yeah. But then there are the other people that say, "You don't need to worry about gear at all." But then he went into depth about how it's all about like production values, like with locations and lighting and stuff.
Yeah,
That's all gear.
I know,
It's
right?
technically gear.
Absolutely, it is. Yep.
that's what
Like lights aren't.
everything
They're all
I've
gear.
watched.
Lights aren't gear.
Yeah.
They're like, there's a guy I watched that still, he's on like a Canon, let's say a T3i, right? Something real like low quality.
Right.
And he does like professional work, which is crazy. You know, that's a 1080p is as much as it shoots in and everything, but it's his storytelling, it's how he like his angles, you know, all that shit. Apparently, a lot of people believe that it's not about the whatever it is, the equipment. I personally think it's like a mix. You have to have like
Absolutely.
combination of the two. You have to have something good and something like DIY.
I feel like a
guess.
lot would be in editing as well. I mean, I don't know that, but
Editing,
Yeah.
you have
Yeah.
to take your time, I guess.
Definitely got to make the colors pop.
yeah,
you
it
know,
can
get
certainly
your-
help.
Get your transitions good.
Yeah.
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 Come on, girl.
So I mean, you can give just some jackass a badass camera, and they'd be like, "Oh my God, look at the quality of that tree."
This is a
But
beautiful
whatever.
tree.
Yeah, it wouldn't matter if I had the best camera on the planet. That shit's gonna look like garbage no
Yeah.
matter what.
It's gonna be so
yeah.
bland.
Yeah. It'd be like, what are you even taking a picture of?
What are you doing?
Yeah.
And then a cat walks by and it saves it.
Yeah. And it's just his ass, and it's so cute.
They I've been watching a lot of things recently about the Dallas plane crash. Did you see that? Where it was at an air show, plane crash. Boom. It's about
Oh, it's
6
been a
people
while,
died. No, it was like last week.
Oh fuck no!
Yeah, it's
A
pretty.
long time ago.
Time
Yeah.
travel.
Yeah, check it out. But that's one of the things I watched a lot about, which I don't know why it came across that way. But anyways,
It's interesting. Who cares?
I think about 2001, right? We were right in that time because 2002, then your camera phone started taking off and stuff. Could you imagine a world where 9/11 happened in 2018, 2019, where everybody had camera phones and they could probably even find camera phones from like the rubble? You know, I'm sure one would at least survive, and you get to see what was going on
Somebody's
inside.
filming their desk. They're like, "Yeah, I'm fucking tired of work." Who's that?
I always think about that, like some of the disasters that have. Even think about Oklahoma City, right? Think about that with all the camera phones we have, all these angles of this plane crash, and I'm thinking we could have solved a lot of shit
Yeah.
if it had been for that. Because then the people on the plane who got the call out on their cell phones, those cell phones could be turned back around to give us a full view of what was going on.
True.
Yeah, then you'd have like a better story. You know what I mean? You'd have.
That's why they did it then.
right
Because
before.
they're like 20 years ahead of the curve technologically, and
Yeah.
they knew that they couldn't get away with the 9/11 now. But they could, but they knew they couldn't.
It's wicked to think about. Like I always think about like being on the plane. I would love to see, you know, if the people on the plane were the people on the plane. You know?
POV, you're about to die.
Yeah, yeah.
It would
But
be a crazy experience.
it would be. And you
see
think
all
about
those people jerking off.
Gotta do it now. Gotta do it now.
Watch the back.
I mean, some of them would be pretty gruesome. Like
So maybe the Civil War, I think, would just be kind of funny.
it would be slow. I think it'd be like watching a baseball game or like a golf tournament.
That's true.
Like when is this going to be over? I could fall asleep to it for sure.
A horrific, emotional blood battle reduced to golf.
Falling asleep to the Civil War. It's just what I play to go to bed.
Can you imagine? They all had to like load up their muzzle loader while the other person was shooting. Like, don't shoot your one shot off because I'm loading my one
Right.
shot.
I won't be ready for 3 minutes.
Yeah. Could you imagine that type of world? But it would be cool to see a cell phone video of that.
And you get a Leroy Jenkins type just busting off whenever he wants.
Yeah, wild card.
Shoot to the sound of the drums. Leroy Jenkins.
That's right. What a legend.
I know.
Leroy
Bless
Jenkins.
that man.
Imagine if every time everyone shot, they yelled it. Leroy, 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 Leroy,
Be a lot of
Leroy.
it. No, but
I wouldn't be able to fight back.
Everyone would just shake hands. It would end the war. And it would
This
be
is
all
done.
good. Yep.
everything's
man.
good. And then everybody's upset at the Euphrates River drying up. How do we know it's actually drying up, though? Do you know that?
Well, I mean, it's
ever
not
think
there
about that?
anymore.
I think. Well,
I didn't know
mostly.
your cat's water bowl is empty.
I know because you're not there. But if the cat dies, then you know that that bowl is probably empty, right? Or what were we talking about?
No.
Are we talking about dead cats?
Well, it's a good thing you're not an archaeologist or whatever.
Or whatever. No,
I don't know. I didn't
You
know
know, like
anything
how's
about
it?
this.
How's it drying up versus like something else happening to it?
Yeah, so the whole thing is mentioned in the Bible that when the Euphrates River dries up, it releases 4 of these angels or demons
Horsemen?
or something. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the story fully. But now that the
You learn your
Euphrates
scripture,
River
boy.
is drying up and receding,
Do you know the
it's
story?
actually uncovering these hidden caves and shit that used to be under the river, but now, they're accessible. So it makes you kind of wonder, like, what did the Euphrates River look like when let's just say the Bible was written or when the stories started, I don't know. It's just all weird. But I think people in all times, they draw things. They're like, oh, well, the world's going to end because blah, 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 blah. And look at it's happening. But isn't it going to happen eventually from like heating up and cooling down of the planet? Wouldn't that
I don't know.
river dry up? It's a river. It's not
Maybe.
like it's an ocean.
What? Oceans dry up?
I know.
you
I'd be
seen
more
the
nervous.
Atlantic?
I'd be more nervous if the ocean dried up. If that was drying up, I'd be like, oh shit, we're headed for end times. But a river, I'm like, or a lake, a pond,
Unless the fish
know.
grow legs,
Ooh,
then it's kind of close to the end times.
yeah, I'd kind of question that one.
When the dead fish walk the earth, the end is nigh.
I believe they've found fish with legs.
Ah, fuck.
Yeah.
It's over.
Nope, wrap it up.
And then they're going to pick up the swordfish, and then it's over.
Did you watch any more of that the stuff with Graham Hancock, that the show he came out? Oh god, dude, watch
You know what I've done?
What?
Taking care of a fucking baby.
How's that going?
Terrible.
Wait until he can walk.
Life is over.
Life is diminished down to wiping asses.
If I didn't know that
filling
Casper
bottles.
would get life insurance from my death, I would kill myself. But if she's going to benefit, why bother?
I
You
don't
wanna
know.
say, fuck it.
Some of them you don't for suicide. You need to look and see.
You need to make sure you
You're
have a
gonna have to
suicide
murder me
clause. Yeah.
No, it didn't matter. It's through the people that I work for, so they'll just do anything to keep it.
Yeah,
Mm.
absolutely.
No, he didn't die. He was at work yesterday.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
still
fine.
here. He's right there. You don't see him?
He's clocked in.
Some of
Look,
He's
the-
right there.
I think about people who do that. There's a guy I worked with. I won't mention his name, but he was an owner of said company,
is it
right?
Eric?
No. And then, so he made
That's a name I
sure
guess a
in
lot.
his insurance policy that that if he was to commit suicide, it was like a 3-year period that he couldn't commit suicide. And then after that, if he did, they would still receive the money, like his wife and some of his kids. Mostly his wife. You want to make sure she was all right. Well, all these businesses that he had started and that he bought were kind of going in the red. He was, back against the wall. The dude's like 70, getting on, about to be 80. And he fucking, like, one day, like, doesn't tell anybody, nothing, walks out to a field, eats a shotgun shell, and lo and behold, he kills himself. And then they get the insurance money. The companies are taken care of because the policy's really big.
Yeah.
Everything's back on track, and then they'll live. What a selfless act of, like,
Yeah.
can you imagine doing that for the purpose of taking care of your people?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
He's like, I can't fucking wait.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Yeah.
Then you wouldn't have to deal with the bullshit. Like, you go out a hero, and everybody's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, and I guess it just depends on how your wife feels about it too. Which really, if you set it up to where she had money and everything, you wouldn't have to worry about it going out. It's just odd, to
Who
think
needs
about.
love when you got money?
Right.
I was going to say, if your wife really loves, or your spouse for that matter, really loves you, they're going to be mad as fuck if you go and kill yourself just so you can have some money. I'd
You
be so
stupid
mad.
fuck.
Yeah.
You dumb shit.
I'm going to buy
really-
a male escort.
If you're alive, I could have you and money.
Ooh, you could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See,
Because
and
we're fine.
there was people like waiting. He had a meeting that morning, right? And they were all like looking out the way. It was a real sad moment. And then somebody pulled in, and then they
Like
came
he's
in.
recording through the window.
It was so weird. I just would have liked to have been there when everybody found out, Because it's just a shocking thing. When I heard about it, I was like, get out of here. But then I heard the story behind it, and I'm like, I kind of get it.
Get out of here.
It makes you wonder. Usually you die of old age or sickness, right? Suicide's one of those wild card moments where you're like, it catches you off guard, kind of like 9/11. Maybe he could have recorded it on his cell phone.
Did anyone
Maybe
check his
Did
cell phone?
anybody check this?
But they
Watch
didn't.
it.
He could have been there. We don't know.
No.
People
we'll
don't check
never know.
nothing.
They don't. I bet they buried his cell phone with them.
Probably did.
They're trying to hide something.
I told Sarah that I'm going to go through all 158 podcasts, collect all the shit talking we've done of kids and having kids and being a dad and all that. And I'm going to compile it all in like one video, really back to back to back shitting on kids. And I'm going to give it to Castiel when he turns 18.
Pretty fantastic.
Or at least when he can
I
comprehend.
could probably be better when he's 12.
Yeah.
So he'd have a little less self-esteem.
Yeah. Breaks his walls down.
Just destroy it.
No way he doesn't talk shit to you about it.
I couldn't wait. I told Sarah, I said, I forgot. Like, we have all those pies. I'm just going to compile it and send it to him on his birthday. But 12 sounds good. I was thinking 18. I was like, just so he's kind of like adjusted to life.
Yeah.
But 12 would crush
yeah,
him.
I don't want him to be in on it. We've been talking shit.
Oh, shit.
Just let him live with it. Figure that out.
What age can you not wait for? Like, what age are you prepared to, like, this is when I can't wait? I'm with
I don't know. 22?
22.
Yes.
No, I don't know. I heard 5 is pretty cool.
Pretty dope.
I was talking to Jack about it, and he's like, yeah, they say you got to survive till they're 5.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
Yeah. It was a long time.
So, yeah, I
like
can't wait
something
for that.
forever.
But I saw that, like, their brains are pretty much adult-sized at that point. So,
Oh.
like, now his brain is like a quarter of the size of ours.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, probably half the size of yours.
Yeah, probably.
But, that's pretty small. Yeah.
Got him.
So, but yeah, I think I just want to, at first I was looking forward to 6 weeks. Because,
Yeah.
they say, hey, that's when things kind of level off and get better. But then it's just like, the terrible 2s.
They're like on their way.
So, I want to
It's
get past
terrible.
that.
It's so terrible. Maybe he won't be bad. You never know.
Yeah. Well,
Well-
maybe he won't cry every time I fucking change him for his own good.
It can't all be good. So eventually something's gonna be bad, and I can't wait. I can't wait till you're hating life.
I already do.
Yeah, I feel like he does already.
Yeah. No, it's. I mean, there are moments like he'll smile. I'm like, oh, look at him, he's
Yeah.
adorable. But then everything else is, I'm gonna choke this fucker.
I hate to relate this because I hate when people relate animals to the same thing. I'm not saying that, but look, Sarah
Say it, it's the same.
adopts
Just
these
the same.
fucking outdoor cats, right? And then she feeds them. She takes them in her own. Usually, like this one was an outdoor cat. It found its way inside the house. Long story short, now it lives with us. So
Right.
there's 3 of them outside. A 4th every now and then, right?
Little Stone Cold returned.
Hell
And
yeah.
all I can
Yeah.
think is
Stone Cold.
Open a
Stone
beer and pour it
Cold.
on her.
I'll be out there and I'm like giving them the heating pad and shit, like warming them up, right? And I'm like, oh, how cute. And they meow and they're so cute and they paw at you, right? But then last night I wake up and one of the, Jackhammer is puking his fucking brains out.
Dude.
4 different locations throughout the house. I mean, just
all on
massive.
carpet.
All on carpet. I'm up at like 1 a.m. just scrubbing carpets and mad as shit, dude. I punched the ground if they're so mad. And then it all faded. I was like, oh, no, they will never find their way into this house. I will
Right.
I will punt them out of this house.
Look, I have already accepted the fact that they will never live in this house because I can't. He doesn't want them. She would flip out, and I can't take one without taking all three because they're a family, and I don't feel right about separating them.
Yeah, dude.
So
That'd be hardcore.
yeah, and we cannot have 5 cats in this motherfucking house. We would have to build an extra room on for them or something. Like, it's just
Have
not
you
going to
considered
happen.
building them a room?
Yes. Listen, we always talked about getting like one of those like pre-built sheds or even building one ourselves.
Yeah.
And I said, too bad we don't have that already. He said, why? I said, the cats could live in it. He
Hell
said,
yeah.
you're ridiculous. But we've done all these things to like make it comfortable for them.
Yeah.
They're doing fine. They love it. They hang out here all day long.
Nice.
I love them.
They are cool.
Yeah.
Cooper was on the table earlier today, and Casper was like, if we get another cat, we need to not let him on the table. I was like, yeah, that's fine. But, after Coop, I don't want another cat for a while.
Yeah.
But then I thought, but if I accidentally find a cat that I bond with,
Yeah.
and then she was all like, well, don't go to PetSmart and shit. But then I imagine finding one here.
Yeah,
Because you're kind of
absolutely.
like the cat farm lady.
Yes, for sure. You never know when one's going to show up.
I know.
Yeah.
They're. I have a customer I just went to, and they had this old cat. I always have a thing with like old ones or blind ones or fucked up ones with one leg and shit. And they were like, "Oh, nobody wants it," and they're trying to find a home. And my first thought was, "Well, Sarah to give it a home, and it'd be in our
Yes.
fucking house." And I was over there making a narrative in my head, and I'm like, "Fuck that! I'm not even gonna say nothing to Sarah." I am now, though. Apparently, but
Yes.
Yeah. Now it's out there.
now it's
Yeah.
out there.
And she wants
I
it.
do. I totally do. Especially the little old ones. And I love elderly cats. They're just precious. They're
Yeah.
just so slow and they don't give a shit. And
Yeah.
they're old. Oh, they're so
adorable
old.
and chill.
Yes.
So old.
They're so old.
That's all I want from anything, really.
Yeah.
Just let it be adorable and chill.
Yep, absolutely. Oh, sorry.
I wonder why we feel that way towards animals. I guess there are people though that don't. There's a lot of people that fucking hate everything, right?
Yeah.
For sure. Yes.
I'm glad I'm not one of those people. I feel like those people might be sociopaths.
For sure they might. I could get not having an animal because like your lifestyle doesn't fit the requirements for having a pet.
Yeah.
But to hate them
Yeah.
is crazy.
Every time I have to clean Coop's poop and he watches me, like I just want to choke him to death. Like, what the fuck are you doing? And then, he's like, all right.
Yeah,
you
fine.
I'll still smack him with the broom.
He
But
said, "Thank you, Dad."
yeah, thanks, man. All right, here's your gravy. Suck your gravy, buddy.
Maybe that's the way of everything. Like everything is
I know.
not good or bad. It's just whatever. Sometimes it's enjoyable. Sometimes it's dog shit. More often than not, it's going to be dog shit. You'll have a sprinkle of joy every now and then. Maybe that's what life is.
Technically, things aren't good or
Yeah.
bad. It's your opinion.
Yeah, that sucks. I have a bad opinion on most things.
Yeah.
Damn. Maybe I'm the problem. Definitely the problem.
Maybe. Or maybe it's everything around you.
I like to think it's everything around me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always try
But
to
only in
like,
the case of Adam.
You take it back.
No. Everybody else listening, you are the problem. Adam, it's everybody else.
Thank you. It makes me feel a lot better. No, dude. I can't stand cold weather. I can't stand dumb people. I can't stand a lot of things. And I told Sarah this. Is like I was trying to figure out what it is about me that I can't stand most things. And I don't know what it is. I just
know
9
what
times
it
out of 10 I
is.
hate it.
Because you're finally aware that you have a limited amount of time.
Yeah.
And you have things that you want to accomplish. And everything that isn't that is in your way.
Yeah.
And if it would get the fuck out of the way, then things would
You
be
okay?
okay.
You know, I thought that I'm trying to get over it now, like the selfishness of like I'll get asked by people to do things or whatever, and I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. Because there's the end goal is to learn something new, like you just said. I have a lot of things I want to do, and I know it's finite, very finite.
And you have a specific set of skills that kind of work together. So you're
Right.
capable of a lot more than other people. And they're like, hey, I got this you help me. And you're like, well, why don't you fucking watch a YouTube video?
Yeah,
Get
dude.
off my nuts.
Yeah.
If more people watch YouTube videos, we'd be all right.
But then you're sweet ass. You just wanted to tell everybody yes.
Yeah, I think that's
your
my problem.
That's your problem.
Yeah.
It's not everybody around you, so you won't say no.
Yeah,
Just say
we've
no.
talked about that.
Yeah.
It's the fact that I have a hard time saying, especially to people like I know, like personally, it's hard to say no.
Just turn it into a treat. Like every time you tell somebody no, like just like eat a piece of jerky or
Yeah.
whatever it is that you want.
Absolutely.
You know?
I'll take
And then
jerky.
and
for
you're
sure.
like, fuck yeah, I get
Oh,
off on
I know.
telling people no. I'm gonna eat a
So-
bag of it.
Hell yes.
Heroin, not
works.
jerky. Don't eat a whole bag of jerky.
Yeah, that's just,
Pace yourself.
yeah, slow it down.
Eat a whole bag of jerky. Who cares?
Live life,
what
man. No, they yeah, I think a lot of us have it. But I told Sarah said also I hate like going into like stores or places because in my opinion, I think a lot of people are lying to themselves almost always. And they worry themselves. They buy these like $5 cups of coffee and they shop at these stores and they do these dumb fucking things to distract themselves from the fact that they're on this slow descent into death, right? Because a lot of people don't stop to contemplate or meditate on the fact that, hey, one day the clock is going to stop ticking and there's nothing that money or time or health or whatever can do about it.
Time and health would probably fix that in tandem.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying like nothing that
feel
you can get. Yeah. And there's no, it's just an odd thought because I guess up until recently didn't do it, but after I started, oh, fucking, it's been terrible. You know, if you actually stop and think and meditate on the fact that one day your clock's going to run out and there's absolutely like all the stuff you've done or the eating good and all the opinions you've had on this planet and the things you've fought doesn't matter because you know, your 70-something years is nothing compared to the billions that this world has already been here.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah. But you know what I mean? Like, it's just nothing. No legacy. Look, okay, let's just put it this way. Let's say my great-great-great-great-great-grandfather was like, I have to have kids on this planet but to carry on my legacy. Gets all the way down to my dumb
Who
ass.
is that? What is that voice?
It's great grandpa Ashby.
So it gets
God, listen.
all the way down to me and my brother because the other people on my dad's side have not had any kids. None that are can carry the name on, right? Yeah. So that are probably going to. They could take the whatever, you get it. So what I'm getting at is they get all the way down to me and then I decide, hey, I'm not having kids because that's a terrible ideal for me to have kids. And my brother, I don't believe will ever have kids of his own anyways. Yeah. So all that in your legacy within like 3 generations, 4 generations dies because an asshole decides not to have kids and fuck your legacy, great grandfather. Like,
Fuck
you
it,
get what I'm
dude.
saying though?
Yeah.
So people will make that, they'll be like, oh, well, I built this huge family and it's going to live on and that's my legacy afterwards. Like, what does that matter? What would it matter? Are they going to do anything special? Are they geniuses?
Probably not.
Yeah, half of them will be drug addicts. The other half, assholes. Maybe 1 out of the 10 that you created will do something of relevance.
And I'd say most of them will be drug addict and assholes.
Yeah, probably
be
both at
both.
the same time.
Yeah.
If anybody in there does anything of relevance, it's probably not going to be directly inspired by that asshole.
Yeah, right.
Change the name on it
I'm
and
going the
everything.
other way.
Yeah. I'm changing the name. Fuck this.
Think about historically, people that have made an impact on society. Not too many.
Few and far
No.
between.
Yeah,
Yeah, like the
they'll
big
get like
names.
yeah. They'll get like a moment because I mean, you think, all right, well, there's Jesus. Was he even real?
Right.
Pontius Pilate killed Jesus, and then it's like, all right.
They
there's,
usually get shit on too.
Julius Caesar.
Mm.
Kind of a dick.
Pretty much.
And then he
Absolutely a
got
dick.
murdered.
Yeah.
Shakespeare.
Yeah,
Maybe not even real.
possibly a homosexual.
Man.
But his cryptic writing leaves a lot to
He
be
was
discovered.
too cryptic to be gay.
No,
I don't know.
that's you're right though,
hard to tell.
absolutely. And a lot of times you'll get down the line like that, and like Tesla, the real one, not this fake bullshit sending like things to
Don't rip
Mars
on the
and shit.
cars.
The cars.
But they Yeah, like, you get all the way down and, he died this broke loser in New York, in his hotel room in New York. In reality, I mean, he is the reason that we have gone this far as like electricity and other inventions that the military still uses. I mean, across the board. He's like not Michelangelo. What the shit am I? It is Michelangelo, isn't it?
The painter?
Oh, yeah.
Or
No,
the
that's
Ninja
painter.
Turtle?
No, he was an inventor. Da Vinci. Leonardo da Vinci.
Oh,
My fault.
yeah, the other
That's it.
Ninja Turtle.
Yeah, the other one. So, like Da Vinci, you don't have a lot of those type of people, and when they come, they're this like treasure. But a lot of times, they're either have to do their things in secret, like Tesla had to in the end,
Yeah.
or they get shit on and discredited, and then some asshole comes around 200-300 years later and invents an electric car that has been around for 120 years already. You know what I mean? Like, get the fuck out of here.
Wait a minute. Are you saying electric cars have been around for that long?
1920 something.
It's been around for a while, yeah.
What?
Yeah, it was actually the first car that was actually made for women. That's who it was made for, because it was more delicate. It didn't have.
That feels like satire.
I swear, man. Didn't it? It was marketed towards women. Your woman could drive this car, is what it was, because it was.
It's actually 1832.
Jesus.
1832.
That's
yeah,
even better.
It was crude, but that was the first one.
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah. It was back when like Model A was out and shit.
Car doesn't have to be
1870s is when
polite
they
to
were
be good.
practical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were really. They would use the batteries that they would use in. They're not much better now. They're a little better, but
Yeah.
Interesting.
Hell yeah.
now they improved on the original ideal,
Yeah.
but they used Tesla's original motor, direct current. I'm not going to continue that conversation because that's going to make me sound stupid. But you know what I mean? They just used what was originally there, and then they remarketed it as good. Same way with all these like solar panels and all those like. It's such bullshit, bro. It causes more damage to the environment to make electric cars and PV systems.
I've heard that.
Oh, man, I watched a few things. That way I had like a general understanding.
Yeah.
It's crazy how much coal they have to burn to make a PV array. It's insanity.
We should just keep doing what we're doing.
Maybe
Essentially.
Elon's the
Until
Antichrist.
we
He might
find-
fucking
yes.
be.
That'd be
Until
awesome.
we find a
I'd
different
follow
way.
him.
I fall into the depths. They and then they keep putting them on like their roofs and stuff. People are like, we need to put these on the roofs. So they're worthless. They don't do shit. You
Yeah.
can't hardly store the power you do get. I fucking hate people. I hate it so much.
Yeah.
Did I tell
so
you
what,
I hate people?
So what's the way? Do we just stick with what we know?
Well,
Until
see,
we find a better
yeah.
way.
Until you find something that, because now they have this thing that's called like biomass, burning biomass, which is
So
quite
dead
literally.
pigs?
No, well, yeah,
Trees.
maybe sometimes. Trees is what they do mostly. But they call it like wood chips, so it's like double speak, so you don't know they're cutting down trees and burning
Yeah,
them.
they just make them real small.
Yeah. So now they're doing that and marketing as some, whatever. But yeah, when it comes down to it, like the PV arrays, it takes a shitload of coal to get the crystal hot enough to, like the quartz hot enough to whatever break down. So they cause more CO2 and more damage to the environment than if they would just burn the coal to begin with. And a lot of your big systems that they made out in California and shit, and I don't even know what that array is called, but they're mirrors and they circle that one little unit. There's something, I'll think of the name, I'll put it in the thing.
I don't know what the hell is that called?
But to get that generator started in the mornings, what they would do is burn this massive amount of natural gas, which is idiotic because they burn more natural gas than if they would just burn natural gas throughout a longer period of time and stopping and restarting the system. What I'm getting at is that all these systems that we've come up with burn a substantial amount more coal than if we just would have continued to burn coal from the beginning. It's insanity.
Well, and then like the solar panels, they only last a certain amount of time. So then
Like 5
you
to
just
10.
have to trash them, essentially.
And
so
they
then
have
you
no
just
way
have
to-
all this garbage.
Yeah, there's no way to like get rid of them.
Yeah, you can't dispose of them.
You take them
You shoot them in
overseas.
space.
You know that's what's going to start
Feed
happening.
them to the sharks.
But it's just odd to me because I had the same thing in my head. I'm like, well, you have to like, make steps like that, and it's going to be a hard transition, but we have to get there. But now it got me thinking, I'm like, you have to come up with better ideals
Yeah.
than let's burn 20 years worth of whatever to get this one little product, right? Just burn. It's just crazy, man. I think we're idiotic and they feed us dumb shit and people fight
Yeah.
and nothing gets done, right? So when we die, it's going to be our fault.
Well,
Extinction, because we're going to die
okay.
anyway.
I was like, what? God.
When we go extinct,
What about the
it's gonna be
people in the
us.
1200s?
They did it to themselves.
That's like Graham Hancock coming up with
Like
all
part of the
this.
chapel fell down.
I know, dude. It's rough.
Oh.
It's a rough time.
It's falling apart. Even the church is
You want
out
me
of
to pull it
money.
up?
No.
Okay.
Even that
It looked good for long enough.
Yes.
Graham Hancock, he has come up with all this new evidence on like when like we were here and who was here before the ice age and shit.
Yeah.
Things that today's archaeologists do not recognize.
Acknowledge,
Yeah, they don't care about it. They're like, no. That would change the outlook of all human history and all this. So it's like refusing to change. I think that's on everything.
Yeah.
People just refuse to bend with the system, right?
Yeah.
That's going to be our downfall, bro. When you can't envision a future that isn't like what I was taught in
What
kindergarten.
we've always done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sticking to like
stupid.
what works.
That for me just makes me think about if you don't amend things and like change with the information and stuff, then it goes awry. And you know, people get mad whenever people dig in their heels and they're like, no, this is what we know. But eventually, I mean, unless the nature of everything is just change,
Yeah.
then there will come a time when people are going to have to dig in their heels and they'll be right. Right?
I don't know. I feel like things just always change.
So then the nature of things is just change.
Yeah.
And then that would then rule out an objective anything. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then
I mean, there
What
might
the
be
hell do
some
we do with
situation where
that?
that's not true.
Right.
I don't know.
that's the kind of shit, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck?
That's why I was like, I
Hold
can
on tight.
understand. I can understand
But that's
that.
resisting change.
Right. The discomfort of changing or the discomfort like we have to cross these hurdles. It's been that way throughout history. These are huge hurdles that we have to cross to figure out a better energy source.
Yeah.
That's probably the next thing. And really nuclear.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Hey. Oh, that's what I was going for.
Energy right now is probably our best guess at like as clean as we could possibly be without
Yeah.
burning
Yeah.
coal,
Clean
Right.
until it wrecks itself and
Yeah.
then just
Right.
kills everything.
Hopefully
No
that
shit.
doesn't happen.
But I
And
think
then,
that seems reasonable within our understanding of balance of reality. It's like you have good, you have bad, and then if you have the clean nuclear stuff, it's like things are great until they aren't.
Right.
it's all
And then
of
with
them
everything
will-
else, it's like, yeah, things are fine, but they're
Yeah.
also fucked.
But I feel like realistically, like things don't really go bad that often. So like,
No.
shit happens. It sucks, but
Yeah.
shit happens. Like people die in
Yeah.
car accidents every fucking day, and people still drive cars every day,
Right.
like lunatics.
Yeah.
They make that choice. So let's just have nuclear energy and call it a day
Well,
until we find something better.
And see, I think this is the problem is there's been a lot of pushback on nuclear, especially in the beginning, that the infrastructure of the ones that have gone bad is because their systems were outdated.
Right.
They weren't
They didn't
tested
upkeep them
enough.
properly.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's where, Chernobyl, for example, is the whole reason why like an alarm went off that shouldn't have. It was just a false alarm
Right.
Yeah.
that went catastrophic.
Yeah.
Like, they fucking. But, you're right. I mean, who has the answer? Nobody has the answer, though. Nobody. And you can't throw enough money at it. Trust that. Elon's trying, and he can't because people are idiots.
Right.
You taught people that 2 and 2 isn't 4 sometimes. It can be
Sometimes.
anything you want it to be. That's our problem.
6.3.
6.3.
Yes.
Yeah, dude. So, no. I
Maybe.
don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Depends on your interpretation.
Tell me it's not.
Explain to me why it isn't. That's something that always pops up on the internet. They're like, nobody can, what was it? Describe what a woman is. Have you heard that on the internet? Like, that's one of the arguments with these people that are
Not
like,
that specifically, but I mean, things of that nature.
Yeah. Like, what's a
That's an
woman?
idiot making an argument that
I
they
know.
don't really.
Yeah.
So
It's like the stupid, what's his name? Fucking Cameron. Eric Cameron. The dude of the religious argument of Kurt Cameron. Thank you.
bananas.
Yeah. Like, you know, how do
yeah.
you make the shit if you don't have this?
yeah.
You know, like, it's the same thing. What is a woman? Well, how do you get a woman if you don't, you know, it's like the same fucking argument,
Yeah.
essentially. It's so stupid.
I just like to resort back to the idea of in nature. It's like, how many times has a male lion given birth to a lion cub? Never, because you know what a woman lion is.
Right.
Don't argue dumb shit.
Yeah, and
It's
that's the
just
thing. They like
ridiculous.
muddy. They in all arguments across the board that I've ever watched. They always try to like muddy the waters with that shit. And a lot of times they'll be like the supernatural type shit where they're like, God, you know, can you make dirt?
Yeah.
And can you make the universe? Like God made that. That's a designer. Like, oh goddamn.
Yeah.
Like, and we're gonna have to go here again.
There's no room for this bullshit in this conversation. Take it somewhere else.
Yeah, no shit.
Although
I'm
I feel like people, whenever they talk about God, everybody immediately thinks of like the anthropomorphic dude with a beard.
Absolutely.
And I feel like that's foolish.
It is foolish.
But, you know, from the perspective of God is just what you call all of existence.
yeah,
Yeah, like the
Yeah,
force.
great.
for sure.
Yeah.
God
Yes.
made dirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
agree with that.
unifying
You
that
can't explain that to people.
that central force that is within everything and also not in anything. You know what I mean? That thing that can't be explained. That is, there's one guy that's on YouTube, one out of all the ones that I've ever seen, that's pretty much how he explains it. He's like, the only thing that the Bible does just gives you, like you said before, that tool to do just better for people. You know, give and hang out with, you know, whatever,
Celebrities.
the lessons and shit.
It's going to help you meet George Clooney if you do everything right.
But yeah, it's just a book. And like, even if you got to the end of your time and then you find out there is no heaven or God or anything like Jesus or whatever, it doesn't matter. At least you were good and you gave love on this earth instead of being a dickhead who didn't care about nobody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Just
that's
expand
pretty
your
good.
mind a little.
Yeah.
And so I'm good with the unifying force of like nature. And
Even if the Bible and the church are garbage,
right.
expand your mind a little.
It's crazy.
Maybe a lot.
Yeah, maybe a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. If we could, I think if everybody all at one time, that's why I want like aliens to present themselves all at, you know, to everybody undeniably one time.
Yeah.
But that's not going to happen. But if everybody could like open up.
You don't
and-
know that.
I know. I hope it happens. And just like throw away all their beliefs and all that, and just like the
Oh,
the
they'd be like
argument-
God sent them to us.
Oh yeah, like the argument about
Thank
you know
you,
the
Jesus.
transgender and male, female, this, that. Who could? Why should you be called this? And designations and all these things. Like if you could just let go and just be like, oh well, we're all humans, so whatever you want to be called, I'm down. Right?
Why
So
do you
you're human.
care?
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like one of those things. If you could let go of all your beliefs and let go of all your opinions and all that, and then be open to everything, I think they could solve a lot of those problems, like energy crises and hunger and fucking the reason why the Euphrates River is drying up, for
Right.
instance. Like,
Oh, shit.
we could come up with better.
For the angels to come out.
Yeah. Think about all the suffering that's going on around the world, like overseas and shit, third world countries, and then people complain about like. Whatever. They couldn't get their Starbucks
Fucking
coffee
bullshit.
before they had to take their kid
What
to
is it with
dance.
you ripping on coffee?
I fucking hate Starbucks. They built a new one, and then right
Coffee.
across the road,
Starbucks.
right across the road,
Not
they
the
built a
same.
Heine Brothers. So
Yeah.
now there's like this competition thing, and I'm just like,
there is a Heine Brothers being built so you can stop on your way out.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I feel like a lot of, and it's in an area where I'm talking about these people. They all live there, right? And so the line has just been backed way out the fucking
That's
thing.
how it always is.
Oh, yeah, there's a hair. Sorry.
Like even the one on 3rd Street or whatever over by U of
Oh,
L, like it's a shitty part of town.
Yeah.
Still,
Busy as
always
shit.
a line.
That's how it is at the Chick-fil-A, too. It's always into the road.
Why do I get
Yeah.
the feeling that the people that go in there and they're like sitting in line, right? They're the type of people that are like, if you're a drug addict, you're a piece of shit. And if they're like in that line for what, an hour in the morning.
You
Let's say
don't
they wait 30
deserve
minutes
Chicken.
Yeah,
and they won't go nowhere without that Starbucks coffee. And I'm like,
that's
yeah,
true.
what
I
might
never
you
thought
be?
about that.
Uh-huh.
That's
Yeah.
how I always
It's a
think
drug.
about that.
Oh yeah,
Seems
but
a drug.
everybody drinks it. So
Everybody.
I
So
should say
cool.
intakes it. So that's
Everybody
okay.
intakes.
Yeah. It's
I
all
think-
right.
I think that's an odd thing. That and, even like the alcohol argument, but it makes me laugh because those are the same people. I'm like, didn't you just sit in the Starbucks line for like 30 minutes to an hour?
I never had to wait that long for my drug dealer.
And then
Ever. That motherfucker was prompt and correct.
What you want?
Yep.
Correct.
Yeah.
He knew what I wanted before I got there. It was ready.
It is kind of funny to think that like the coffee drinker people that are like that, they sometimes have the audacity to say, "Oh, don't even talk to me before I get my coffee."
Absolutely. Yep.
That's just junkie shit
I
right
Yeah,
there.
never
junkie
said that
shit,
shit to
bro.
anybody. You could talk to me. I might not be very vocal.
No, I'm dipping on everybody. I'm not talking shit unless I have it. Like, I'm dipping on everybody. More than likely kicking in a door somewhere if I don't have it. But that's okay. That's on a different note. But yeah, man. I don't know if I'd ever kick in a door for coffee, though.
No. Absolutely
I don't know if
not.
it smelled good
Never know.
enough.
Yeah, as we say,
I smell coffee.
What is that? We have lost the entire bottom half of this green screen back there.
It's probably my fault
It's a green
because
screen.
I'm moving.
Oh, no, it's a church.
That was a church.
Watch is going to come out
Whatever
looking
it
like
is.
dog shit.
I hope not.
If anything, I'll just put a dancing monkey in the back. Like
That's
a gorilla, big ass dancing gorilla
Yeah,
back there.
you could have somebody chopping down the bottom half of it with an axe.
Yeah, just
I like
they
it.
start at the
Yeah.
beginning and then eventually it falls.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, and then
Again.
there's clapping and stuff. Ah, you did
Yeah.
it.
Woo! There can be a
Make sure-
crowd over here and a crowd over there.
You know what's hard about doing new things?
Everything.
Everything about
That's
doing
what I
new
was gonna
things.
say.
Yeah.
Was that
no,
the
it's
answer?
absolutely correct. Yeah.
Everybody, yes.
I think I definitely understand because it's I get super depressed when I'm like learning that new shit and everything's such a slow, arduous process, right? And I'm like, I understand why people don't, and then they just continue to do what they're doing because I'm depressed 98% of the time. Even though I like doing this stuff, I like learning, and I just realize that I don't have a lot of time on this planet, right? And if I had more of it, I could learn. If I had more of me and time and energy, I could learn more. And I think about it, I'm like, I know why people don't. I may get lucky and learn these things and do something with them, but more like probably not. I'm probably learning them for no reason, and that depresses me. But you know what I mean? It makes you wonder.
You're working on your legacy.
I know. That's why I'm
Yeah.
trying to. I told Saracen, so I think I want to focus on making things that not open people's mind or like I'm this philosophical genius, watch my shit, but things that like we talk about, like the death thing that people don't face it and shit. I want to make things that people are so interested in that it teaches them how delicate this whole fucking life thing is, or change their mind on things
Yeah.
without being political or Christian.
Just
or,
purely artistic expression.
Yeah. And it opens up even the hardest of fucking, doors to unlock. The fucking, ones I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Just been trying to unlock that door.
Those motherfuckers.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, man.
I used to be those motherfuckers.
I think we all have, right?
Hard.
Hard.
That's right.
But now I got a big old keyhole.
Oh.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Gotta have the right key.
My dick.
You remember we used to have skeleton keys for the doors at mom and dad's?
I think
that's
about
dope.
those a lot.
I do too. I'm upset because I used to actually have the keys. I don't know what happened to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boo.
Somewhere along
to
the way they
you.
got lost.
Does she even know what she wants to do in life?
She wants everything.
I'm glad she
She
got
wants
up
to
my
move
hip
around
hooks.
and stuff.
Meow,
Come back here,
meow.
girl. You're so
I want to
pretty.
put you in a cathedral, cat. What's up? Yeah, man. That's I think that I want to move towards things that help to push that narrative, as far as like just opening people up, breaking down their barriers and beliefs and opinions.
Maybe don't explicitly say push a narrative.
Yeah, it's
You
probably not
unzip me,
good.
Doc.
I want to unzip them.
What?
You unzip me, Doc. I'm fucking. It's Always Sunny.
Yeah.
Frank.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Froggy or whatever.
Yeah, dude. But no, that's I think that I think we could accomplish that. That's not like a horrible goal, but I think it's just like finding that balance of like getting people, because there's things I watched and I'm just like, oh shit. Remember, okay, I'll tell you one thing, right? There's not a lot of homosexual relationship.
Now?
Oh, no. Maybe. So there's not a lot of homosexual relationships up until the point they made Schitt's Creek, which was a comedy, very fucking great TV show. Schitt's Creek is what it's called. Yeah. And there wasn't a whole lot of like male, there was female, but not a whole lot of male homosexual relationships that were saw in a good light. Usually it was a bad narrative towards.
They always were very specific. They were flamboyant as shit, and they played a very specific role in all TV shows.
Right. And you don't know that your mind is getting accustomed to those things. Just like now they're pushing better narratives for Hispanic and Black characters, where like the Hispanics are not making them illegal aliens and they're always doing crime like they've been portrayed up until now.
Now they're legal aliens.
They're like doing
trying to
these
stop
fantastic
people from doing crime.
But going back to Schitt's Creek, like I fucking got into that story more than any of the rest of the thing. I fucking love those two characters. Awesome, right? Opened my mind to a new way of thinking. That's the kind of thing I'm thinking. Because you know what I mean? Now I love those two characters, and whatever they're in, I'm like, they're fucking great.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But a thing that annoys me about that is where people want certain representation and entertainment and stuff. But, I mean, that's cool, have it, but make it yourself if it's not there.
Right.
But also, I hate that people rely on fiction for their understanding of people.
Yeah.
It's like,
Instead of
you don't
understanding
have
the
to
people.
be represented in a certain light to recognize that not every Mexican is a border jumping, drug dealing murderer.
I think, unfortunately, I mean, I agree, but I think just unfortunately, a lot of people, like in the Midwest, you live around white people.
Well, let's nuke the Midwest.
Well,
Yeah, we could do that.
Fuck them.
I'll go down with it, man.
Hell
I don't
yeah.
care.
That should be the end of it right there.
All right.
That was
nuke the
episode
Midwest.
158. We've lost this whole thing. No, we appreciate you joining us again. We are glad to be back. Hopefully this is a regular thing, but if not, who the fuck cares?
Yeah, we might see y'all again.
So thank you for watching.
If you're from the Midwest and don't like it, fuck you.
Fuck yeah. Episode 158. That's Sarah. That's Ian. I'm Adam. Ba-da-ba-ba-doo-doo.
This is Jax. This is a cat. The kitty cat.
Wildly uninteresting podcast.